Welcome everybody to the Board of Assessors meeting October 1st, 2025 in the town of Lunenburg. We are calling ourselves to order at 7:31, not bad. In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded over the Lunenburg Public Access channel on Facebook Live on the Public Access Facebook page, which is https://www.facebook.com/lunenburg/dash-public-access-427-270-975-305/. The recording can be found on the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel after the meeting, most likely tomorrow. This meeting will be held in person at this location, which is the rear building downstairs. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended nor terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with a particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. For remote participation from a computer, please use the following link to join the Zoom meeting: https://us02web.zoom.us/j/811-5200-2194. The meeting ID again is 811-520-2194. From a telephone, you can dial the toll-free number, which is 888-475-4499, and then to that same webinar ID, which I'll give you one more time, which is 811-5200-2194, #. If you're not registered with Zoom, you'll be asked your name and email address. No participant ID is needed. Just press the # when asked. Telephone users may dial in *9 to request to speak after joining the meeting. Computer and app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. Additionally, please be advised the town of Lunenburg utilizes the Zoom platform as its host for hybrid and remote meetings, that the Zoom platform utilizes AI technology known as AI Companion to create audio transcriptions of the meetings to aid in the subsequent preparation of meeting minutes, and that AI Companion is activated immediately upon launching the Zoom application. You are hereby notified that this AI technology may capture audio prior to the start of the meeting and/or following the conclusion of the meeting. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by the open meeting law. Call this to order at 7:35. We would introduce ourselves for those people who are not here.
Sarah Kemmer. Linda Chika.
And Brian LaFond. Thank you. Are there any opening comments from the board? Not for me. Is there anyone on? No public?
No.
Okay. We'll move on to the status report from the principal assessor. Some papers were being thrown my way while I was reading all that stuff.
Sorry. Okay. We had 4 abutters lists for the month of September.
Those are requests from us.
Requests for abutters. We also received 43 motor vehicle excise tax abatements within the month of September. They have all been processed in Unis, which is our financial system, and they're awaiting payment processing by the tax collector. So we've done that portion. We mailed out our fiscal 2026 real estate exemption applications the 1st of September. We've already started receiving the applications. Quite a few have come in. The deadline, I wanted to emphasize to people, is April 1st, but if they send them in by, say, mid-November, we will process them and they will appear on the next actual tax bill.
The sooner they ask for money, the sooner they get it.
Exactly, well, yes,
Were
yes.
you just sending them to people who had previously
Yeah,
filed?
we
Okay.
did. We have been sending them. I have had a few questions because we now have the 17E and F
Yes.
with the COLA. And we also have the 41D, which replaced C.
Mhm.
So the new amounts for the 41D was 1,000 with the 2.9% cost of living increase. It's 1,029 for that exemption. And we also, when we went to town meeting, adjusted the income and asset limits on the 41D, which include the COLA. We also adjusted the asset amount on the 17E, which there's no income with that. So we increased that with the COLA as well. My question is, we have had a few applicants that have come in, and with the increase in the Social Security that they received, and last year we used what we had been honoring before we went to town meeting. So with that increase, some of these people are like a couple $100 away from the income limit. So we used to, in the past, we would take the Social Security deduction. So I looked into that, and on the IGR, which is the Informational Guidelines Release, it didn't mention the 41D. So today, I made a call into the DLS, the lawyer of the day, and spoke with one of the attorneys, and we can utilize the Social Security deduction, which for a single person is $5,980, and if for their spouse is $2,990. So a married couple would receive a Social Security deduction of $8,970, which would come off of their income, and
Yes,
that
I'm eligible.
and that's gonna help make them eligible, which was great because we really want to assist people. So we've started looking at the applications. We'll go over them in executive session, probably not this time, but the next meeting. And so that was good news because I had checked with a couple of other assessors who indicated no, because the 41D includes COLA. You cannot use that. So at least I was able to verify that we can. So that's a good thing.
Because I was gonna say, we have added COLA to to try to avoid this very scenario.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah, I'm glad that,
yeah.
that other option's also still available.
So that was good news today.
So that clarification basically puts all those people back into the pool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Great.
Good work.
Yeah, well, it wasn't easy. I was trying to figure out why, because, well, I mean, this is the first year we've had the 41D with the COLA. So it's good. So somebody that had 17 last year will now qualify for 41D.
In some cases. Good.
Yeah, there's one applicant, so that's a good thing. So that's the update on the exemptions. We've also received chapter land applications. They're starting to come in. The deadline to file for the fiscal year 2027 chapter land applications is December 1st. So we've received quite a few. We have required on both the real estate exemptions that we have all the required paperwork. That hadn't been done in the past, so we are enforcing that. Some of the residents have been questioning it. I haven't had to do that in the past. Well, we need that. We need the support. So we're requiring, for the veterans, they have to have the letter from the VA and all the proper paperwork because we want our records up to date. And also with the chapter land as well. Robin had sent out with the applications, everything that was required, so we're enforcing that. Any new chapter land properties will be required to have a lien. The application must be filled out, and I actually have a rollback tax invoice for 222 West Townsend Road. I should give you a copy of that. So the select board decided the first right of refusal on that. So
Oh, okay.
it's tough permission on that. In addition to that, we did send out the final notice for the functional and economic obsolescence discounts that were appearing on the property record card, and I'll go through this again. So if somebody received a functional obsolescence discount, and these range back even beyond 2021, if it had no explanation, we were ordered by the Department of Revenue to remove those. We've notified these people that had those discounts. We notified them of that, requested for them to call the office for inspection. We've sent out 2 letters. If we haven't received our response, we took the discount off. I did have an inspection the other day, so as people get them, we're still going out and inspecting. So I know we're going to talk about that later in the agenda, so I do have the totals on that. In most cases, we've been able to do the inspection, and we found out items that, you know, the condition or there was a discrepancy on something, so the discount actually really didn't make that much of an impact on the people that have called us in some instances. So we've notified them in mail. We've sent the updated property record card, so that any questions, we've encouraged them to call the office, and we will go out and inspect.
Cleanup.
Yes.
Great cleanup.
Yeah.
This is
Yep.
excellent.
So, and again, we've been ordered by the Department of Revenue to address these if there's no explanation, take them off. I did want to mention that vision appraisal has a list, and most of those are economic, so they would use those to adjust on their commercial
On
end.
commercial, okay.
And I did ask them, they're still working on an interim, so I did ask them if there
The
are,
due date was yesterday.
Yeah, well, really.
if there are any changes to notify us, so we can notify the business owners, so. I haven't heard anything about that, but I know they're looking at that, which might be a reason for the delay, but I did remind them today that the contract said September 30th, so do you know when you're gonna give us information? Because I do want to submit to DOR, and we also want to do an old versus new list and go through and look at what values have changed,
Mhm.
so we can look for any.
Yeah, I don't want it just deposited on us the night of the meeting,
Right.
Yeah,
which understandably that happened in the past, but
yeah.
it's not understandable
Yeah.
at this point.
Right.
So we've already gone through an old versus new list, but they're not done making their changes yet, so I'm gonna run another one.
That's mostly commercial, or is that not true?
The residential's mostly done, the commercial is,
Okay.
hasn't been, from what I can see, but we still clearly don't know what those interim adjustments are. So at this point, I won't know that until they get back to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping,
They didn't give you an estimated date.
no.
So maybe it'll show up in your mailbox tomorrow.
I hope so, but Mike Turlo does know that I told him my Board of Assessors is asking for when we're gonna receive that, and the contract was September 30th, so.
Mhm.
So we have no recourse if they don't meet the contract, right? There's nothing in the contract that says they have to pay us if they're late.
No.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of, I can check on that.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah,
Maybe we should think about future contracts.
but I was assured that it would be on time, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that we have had a few things that we've discovered. And,
Just saying.
Yeah.
In the 3 years we've been here,
It's
we've
never
never been
been
on
on
time.
so I'm hoping, he said he will try for this week,
Oh, he did.
yeah.
So
And
that's-
then, and then.
That's encouraging,
And then
because that means it might be early next week. for
Well,
me.
but then I came back and said, by the way, the deadline was the 30th, so can you please give me a date? Yes. My Board of Assessors
You need to
is.
start quoting Star Wars at him. Do or do not, there is no try.
Yeah, yeah. So, but he will try for this week.
Excuse me. I'm gonna move this microphone from behind the computer. I
Okay.
bet you it's plugged in somewhere. block the meeting out. I'll speak loudly. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you.
Okay.
We did also submit the fiscal year 2026 40S Smart Growth Cost Report for the motor vehicle excise tax and the additional property tax revenue, mostly for the Tri-Town Drive. So that was submitted in September to DLS. And the state, I believe the town will receive reimbursement or growth for that. I provided you with the letter for the rollback taxes for 222 West Townsend Road. So,
And you said the select board has refused.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, right, first refusal.
Formally, yes, probably last night.
Jen informed me today that they,
Well,
I'm not sure if it was last night or the week before.
that's fine.
I knew it was gonna be one of the two meetings, but I did submit that to Jen so that she has that.
Can you make a request of Jen? Could she document that refusal
Yes,
to us? In a letter to us?
okay,
That way we could put it in the file.
yeah.
Yeah.
Many things are word of mouth. If you write it down, then you have record of it.
And that's pretty much it for the accomplishments. Again, waiting on vision at this point. Hopefully, we will get that information, and then as soon as I receive that, I want to start sending it to the state. I did inform Becky Boucher that in DOI, which is our rep, that we're still waiting on that. And as soon as I receive it, I'm gonna start sending it LA3, which is the first thing you just submit.
All the prep work is done on our end.
Yeah.
So there's
Just
not much we
waiting.
can do until.
No, we're just waiting. Actually, I went through this last time, but the growth, which I did give you the handout on that. I'm waiting on the growth from RRC, which is our personal property vendor. They said that they would most likely have that tomorrow, but just on the fiscal 2026 growth for the residential, commercial, industrial, and chapter land is 392,380. That's tax dollars. And with RRC, we're definitely gonna be over what we had estimated, which was
Good.
400,000 for growth.
How much was that? 400?
400,000 is what we estimated.
Yes, we certainly.
So we're
Pass
almost
by
at
that.
that.
That's great.
We will pass by that, I just don't know the exact figure. So I should hopefully have that finalized by tomorrow, if not Monday. By the latest.
That's good news for
So
them.
that's good. And as far as my goals, hopefully submitting LA3, 15, LA4, and LA13 in the next couple of weeks. And we
We probably gotta use the names,
yeah, so people,
not
well, the
just,
sales.
not just the LAs. So
I know, it's like,
the whole world's gonna know what.
it's like Greek.
LA.
So first we submit our sales,
Right.
and then we'll get the sales comparison report, and then
I'm
we're
just suggesting for next time.
For next
That we know what you're working on right now, but in the future, we probably ought to say,
Yeah.
LA4 is this, LA13 is that.
yeah. And then, we obviously want to get our values submitted and approved, so that's the goal. But I can actually, once I have the levy amount, I can start working on the classification hearing, which will be mid-November, so I'd like
You
to.
do know we have a town meeting on November 18th.
Yeah.
We can't have the classification hearing on that date, so when in mid-November are we shooting for?
Let's see.
Before or after?
Let me see. I thought I
It
had
depends
that.
on,
I think so too.
I thought I had that date.
It has to be with the select board, so that means it's gotta be Tuesday, that means it's gotta be the
Yeah.
11th or the 25th. 25th is probably Thanksgiving, so
Yeah.
it's probably not that
the
day.
11th is Veterans Day.
Yeah, we'll be due.
That's on Monday. Monday's, Veterans Day's on Monday.
Tuesday. Oh.
That's one of those Monday holidays, isn't it? Isn't Veterans Day one of those Monday holidays?
It's possible I made an error.
I
in
don't
the
think it's a
calendar.
Monday though, I think
I
it's
think
in the
it's a
middle of the week.
Tuesday.
No, the actual
Yeah.
date is the 11th, but I
Yeah.
think that
I,
date is celebrated, the holiday
I
is
see if I have
celebrated.
it down.
Otherwise, you'll
I
have
mean,
to be,
it's possible.
otherwise you'll
I
have to
wrote
be
it in
done by
my
the 4th.
Yeah. Yeah. Town meeting is the 18th.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I have the notes. I'll have to get back to you on the date that we discussed for the town meeting. I know I mentioned it before.
For the classification hearing.
For the classification hearing, yes. So, that is it. How's that? From my report.
That's it?
That's it?
Quick question, we got a note from DLS asking us to accelerate our free cash reporting. When would we be doing that?
I'll have to check with Izzy on that, I'm not sure, or Jen.
We all got the note today from DLS, so we may not have seen it. But they're looking to accelerate it because otherwise they're gonna get backed up. I don't know when free cash can be done, but we need to get an estimate about, or an idea when that can be done.
Hopefully that's something Izzy's working on, because
The blue is the day off for Veterans Day, which is Tuesday. Tuesday in November.
But it's blue.
Yes, that means it's a day off.
Okay, it's not a Monday holiday.
Sorry.
I've been mistaken before, I apologize. I might be mistaken again.
I'm just happy I put it in my calendar.
Hey, that's last year's calendar. No.
No.
Okay. Anything else we'll catch as we go, I think.
as we go through, yeah. I didn't go through everything, because I know we're talking about some of the other items in our business.
Okay. Moving up to minutes, I guess. I've submitted minutes for amended minutes for,
So, I motion to approve the minutes of April 2nd as amended by you.
okay, I'll second that. Any further discussion?
No.
So I'm gonna mark approved. And today is October 1st.
I suggest minor changes on the amendment, or on the minutes of April 16th.
You wanna initial that too?
Yep. It's on the second page,
It's okay?
if you want to look.
Not yet.
Okay.
Now, Linda, we're gonna give you this. This is the one that needs to be given to the town clerk
Okay,
with our initials on it, so it needs to be scanned in or something.
okay.
So
It's
that's,
on 16th?
yeah, I recommend changing of the,
Oh, probably, jeez, how'd that go? On the second page? Well,
Yes,
money,
just before current business.
I'm gonna mark it on this one so we're all
Yeah.
together.
And then, instead of a rough reimbursement, a reimbursement of roughly or estimated at 103. Minor word. You see what I'm saying?
We wanna write reimbursement of,
Of roughly, instead of rough reimbursement.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
Of,
And I think that number's right, of 103,237.
yes, that's what we said in the meeting.
Okay, so that's it.
Is that it?
So I motion to accept the minutes of April 16th as currently amended.
Okay. I'll second that. I'll have to get another copy that has that corrected, and
Okay.
then I can initial it. I think if we just have one initial, initials on it, it'll be fine. October 1. Okay.
motion to accept the minutes of May 5th as presented.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. We'll initial that one. Again. So at the meeting of the 16th of April, we approved the minutes of April 2nd for the executive session, but they're not posted on the website. So if you can find them and get them posted out to the website, that'd be great.
Okay,
If you can't find them, let me know, and we'll figure out where they went.
okay.
At the meeting of May 5th, we reviewed minutes executive session of April 16th, which our former colleague, Mr. Rabbit, took a copy and wanted to make some changes and never got them back to us. So I will make a call to see if I can get those minutes back from Mr. Rabbit. If we don't, we'll just go ahead with the minutes without any amendments from him.
Okay.
And that was 3 out of about 8 or 10 that we have left to do, so I've got more to catch up on, but it's time consuming. Danielle does a great job of trying to follow what we're saying, and sometimes you can't hear it, or if you were there, you went, oh, I know the context on that, so that's not what I meant, but, so you have to go, I have to listen to the entire thing a couple times, actually. So it takes a while.
Thank you.
It's okay. Actually, it reminds me of things like those executive session minutes that we didn't get back, that I would not have remembered. So I'll do that. We have several more. They seem to be briefer, so I think they won't be as hard to review if they're brief.
Did you want to look at the minutes of September 3rd?
I didn't look that far. We can. Did you look at them? Was there something? Oh, you had some changes.
Yeah.
It'll be something I'll look at.
Okay.
We won't. Well, I can use
You want
that,
these?
please.
Okay.
So when I review them, I'll already have your input.
Great.
So thank you for September 3rd. Okay, that's it on minutes for the moment. Minutes for the moment. Invoices, expense vouchers, billing errors?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Sales report. Oh,
Here's the updated one with
thank you.
the,
Thank you.
Thank you. You sent us a digital copy this evening.
I did.
I did not get a chance to look at it yet.
And how have you modified it since we got it last?
I took out all these are all arm's length, or
These are
valid sales.
nice.
Thank you.
So this just gives you an idea. So again, we want our sales to assessment ratio to be between 90 and 110. So as you go through it, if you see,
I'm sorry to be difficult, but this is also separated by neighborhood.
it's what?
Is it separated by neighborhood?
No,
Okay.
it's not. But later on, I want to talk to you about something that we can do to make our life so much easier. So when you ask me to do that, I can do it. I can plot it on a map. which is even better.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
yeah.
Is that within vision?
We're waiting for you to be
Yeah,
thrilled.
actually it is. We had to do it yesterday. So
That's great news.
That's coming, but this is something I have to call Vision to assist me with.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it.
Well, I'm really excited just to see these,
Yeah.
but I'm also, like, I wanted to figure out what they are by neighborhood, because that,
Oh, site
that's-
index. Well, I
yes, site index,
I can
actually.
add it.
And I did ask for that before, but now that I see it here, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
yeah.
It would
Useful.
be.
I'm sorry, I didn't think to mention it.
No. Do you want me to get another report and add the site indexes
I think we
the
need,
next time?
before you request that report, we should see if there's anything else we want, but
Yeah.
it looks,
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
Okay,
Uh,
I just know that we need that.
yeah, we do.
Right.
And speaking of that, there were no bids for the neighborhood review. So I did talk with Jen because we'd like to do it in-house if we can. And she's just throwing around a couple of ideas. I'm thinking if we can upgrade our mapping and have some technology that's gonna help us do more analysis, we could probably do it
Well,
ourselves.
just that you can get some of that in Vision makes me wonder what else can be done in Vision. I mean, I don't have the Vision database in front of me, so it's
Yeah.
impossible for me to know.
Well, the nice thing is, talk about it when we go through, but there is some technology that'll, map will update. Vision and mapping is kind of integrated, and
That's exactly what you need.
it is,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
perfect. So, they did a demo, and, so that's kind of what we do need.
If there are some training things on Vision, I could probably look into them and see what can be done. If you
Yeah,
run across those or want to share those with me.
we did forward you, the sales rep that came in, I did forward you a couple of videos
Okay,
tonight, you probably didn't have a chance
I
to look at it.
didn't, yeah.
But I got that from him, so I did forward it to you, just so you can
Okay.
see.
Because it might be that you can do some of this other stuff there, and that would solve a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, these are the sales,
I think in particular you'd like to point out, do we have a lot that fall outside of the 90 to 110? Like the first one?
There's one that's 2.21.
yeah. So,
Looks like it's on Northfield Road.
yeah, that might be new construction, so it's like stuff like that.
Oh,
Some that are
Envision,
super low too.
Envision actually
so,
looked at these, and they use this data to make our interim adjustments.
Mhm.
Perfect. So this is currently sorted based upon REM PID. I don't really care what a net REM
Yeah.
PID is. I'd really like to see this sorted based upon the percentage change.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then you can look at the high ones,
Oh,
and you can look at the low ones, and you
Yeah.
can say, why are they outside what we expected?
I can actually sort, I will sort that.
Oh, there's a 3.8.
Yes, there is. Which may not be the top one, but it's gonna be a big one.
It looks like it's so far, just skimming. Oh, and it's two.
It's 2 units in the
It's two
same
units in the
place.
same- Yeah,
I'm not sure, but that's all.
it's sold a different,
We can't
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
yet any
Yeah.
specific location, but on that one,
Which one are you on?
The front
on the
page,
first page, right about the middle, there's one that's 3.8.
and it says
Oh,
623.
Yeah.
So there were 2 on the same address?
Yeah.
Do you know
Oh.
anything about that, or not?
Um,
If you don't know, it's okay.
Might be a separate landline on that. I'll have to look at that, because if you look at the sale,
Yeah.
we now have a new thing with, we can put an accessory dwelling unit.
Yes.
Oh.
So we've got
Thank
some
you,
of those
legislature.
done, yeah. So,
Yeah, that happens again on the last page with 5029 run. It's 281 Leinster Shirley.
Yep.
I mean, those stand out, and I'm just skimming, so.
yeah.
Cool.
So this is just list, there were 154
Mhm.
of these,
154 sales,
yeah,
qualified sales.
yeah.
Not bad.
And again, Vision's looking, they're actually looking at these, right? I know they're doing the analysis,
Okay.
and these sales were used to make our interim adjustments.
Okay.
So I said to hold off on requesting a new report, but what else would we want to hold off on for? Sorry.
Oh, for them? Well, I'm gonna actually get a report to submit to the Department of Revenue from them. I inquired about that earlier this week, because I kind of thought, well, if you've done the sales portion of it, can I at least submit the LA3, which is the sales?
Mm-hmm.
And they're waiting on the whole process to be complete before they submit that to us, so.
So, when we get a new report from them?
When?
No, when we do,
Yeah.
I don't mean when do we,
Yeah.
when we do, if you can have them include the neighborhoods, or site
Site
indexes, I think we'll be all
Yeah.
set. I can't think of anything else. And then we can
Um,
resort it based upon whatever we
Yeah.
sort out to.
Are these all just residential? Or
Most,
Let's
there were a
are
few that I
there
saw.
let's
condos?
see, 101s is single family, 102s is
There's a
condos.
390V,
There's 149 Summer is a commercial property.
So,
The 400s are the industrial.
okay,
so,
so this is everything in town sales
Yep.
wise?
Yeah.
So we might see some different numbers when we get down to residential. How many
What-
did you say it was altogether?
It was
154?
154. 1295 are those condos that are
Yeah.
not, the industrial condos on Mass Ave.
Yeah, but that interim report they give us should split these out.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
They'll indicate on the interim the adjustments of the land sales. They'll look at the land sales, he'll indicate the land adjustments. I've noticed in Vision that he has made some adjustments already.
Okay.
We just haven't gotten
the final thing,
the final number, so.
we're just checking. All right, so.
Thank you. Anything else you wanted to point out on here for us? Or did you have any other questions?
No, I think if we make sure those residentials get out by neighborhood, I'm sorry, by site
Index.
index, because it covers everything instead of just the, yeah.
Yep.
As long as we make sure they show those and have that analysis by those site indexes too. So we really understand. And I would like to see, and I think they will do this, they make an aggregate, like of how many, like, let's say we're looking at site 3, which has like hundreds of homes.
Which is the largest one.
Well, when he did the adjustments before, the 5-year, he had like, oh, there's 300 homes and this is what they sold for and here's how much I adjusted. But what we also need is a list of those houses.
I don't know if they didn't do it last year on the interim, I know they did it for the reval,
But we'll need that. And we'll need the printout of what the adjustments are for
Yeah.
each house, so we can look through those.
well,
Because that question's gonna come up
Yeah.
at this.
that'll be the old versus new report that I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
We could probably
Yes.
get that from that, and Denise and I are gonna do a good check of that and go through and look at everything.
And so if we can preempt that report by saying we need to see it, the residential, we need to see it by site index, then we need to see it in that site index, within that site index by the percent change
Right.
from highest to lowest, so we can all skim and go, okay, this looks reasonable or that doesn't look reasonable, what's
If
going
it's
on?
just a sort, we can do a sort. in the
We can
office.
probably do it, yeah.
But we
everything
have to-
else,
We have to make sure that when we're looking at it, that's what we see, so that we can look at it efficiently.
And he did give last year that whole detailed report of each site index in the neighborhood zone,
Yeah.
site index on the waterfront, the percentage increase, and there wasn't really much last year, so he did break it down. I'm assuming he's gonna do the same. I'll ask for the same as what we got
Make sure.
last year. Because that land chart, when we were doing the abatements, I actually referred to that as to the cost
Yeah,
increases and what the change was on the land.
perfect,
because just thinking of that tax classification hearing, we'll want to have that
Yeah.
in your hands.
in our
Yeah.
hands.
Well, why
You
did
heard what I
that
said.
end? The meeting ended. The meeting ended after 90 minutes of being idle. That's odd. Why did it do that?
It wasn't 90 minutes.
But it
40
wasn't-
minutes of idleness, because we didn't touch the thing.
So, join a meeting and we go back in again. Crazy.
Was it But it should have been recording us, or it was expecting us to jump up and down.
I don't know why, it's never done that to us before. Oh, it's waiting for the host, but,
Let me, okay. We're being
Well,
recorded.
we're being recorded over there.
okay. That's odd.
That is strange. Okay.
You told, what's her name, Heidi,
Heidi,
that we were not starting until 7:30.
yeah, I copied everybody on the, agenda.
Okay,
I just don't know why
I don't
it's
either.
not like that. It's never done that before.
Zoom is dead.
I did check on the recording. Oh, actually, look it, it's back.
I'm
It
just
says-
waiting for the host to start the meeting now.
But,
But if you say sign in, it won't sign in because
Yeah.
there's no meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
okay,
We will not let technology stop the meeting,
no, we won't.
as we said earlier. Okay.
Okay, so that's done.
Okay, so hopefully I get all the information within next week. Listen, I'm really anxious to just
That'd be fabulous.
get this and then,
So are we. Yeah.
and I don't wanna wait till the last minute. I don't like waiting till the last minute. I wanna have everything done.
No.
We did, have Randy Mercier come in the office this week and, or actually, excuse me, last week. We did talk with him yesterday on the parcel IDs and the number of characters. So right now we can have 11 characters in our vision code, and so condos are typically at the very end. So he's actually working with Mylene to make some of the adjustments on the 2025 bills so that any discrepancies we had last year is all set. So moving forward, we have 11 digits for our parcel ID. And we actually did a test on the bridge. There's still an issue with the personal property bridge. So he put in a request to Munis. But he is such an asset, and just the day that he spent with us was so helpful. We were able to get our exemptions. So we're gonna put our exemptions in vision. And last year we had a duplicate. Remember I spent
We
Yeah.
haven't spent
quite a
all
bit
the
of
time doing it over in units, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're gonna be in the vision file, and then when we export it over, we go over the bridge from vision into Munis, which is our financial system. The exemptions would automatically appear with the amounts, the correct amounts, and hopefully we don't have any issues. But he is just such an asset, so I'm really hoping that he can come in to help us with the prelim billing every year. We can get it done one day for the prelim and one day for the actual. And we won't have any of these issues with Munis, because Munis, the support is just awful, and he knows Munis.
Right. Okay. Status of economic and functional obsolescence, property record card, discounts and notification of property owners.
Yep. So.
That's a long one.
It is. I made you a copy just to show you what these were. That Denise put that together.
Thank you.
This is the functional. It kind of tells you what the issue was. Exactly what we did. So again, we did make 2 attempts. Letters were sent to the homeowner. The second letter, after we had no response, we sent the property record card with the discount removed and told them if they had any questions to call the office. So on the functional, which is, again, there was some kind of a issue with the building, if it had no notes, there's a note, like, there's one here that had uninhabitable, no plumbing. So if we didn't hear from, if it's good, if we heard from the homeowner, we inspected it, to verify that actually the note that was on the card was a valid. So after we inspected it, if we found that it really shouldn't be a discount, we removed it. So the total of those discounts was $8,231.15 tax dollars. Assessed value was $573,200. And again, these people were receiving these discounts from, I don't know how.
God knows how long ago.
Yeah. And the DOR is telling us if it's not valid, if the note isn't warranted, you have to remove them, so.
Again, great job of cleanup.
So that's the functional.
And the ones that haven't called back,
Yep.
we've just removed their discounts.
Yep.
Okay.
And
if they don't like it, they may let us know.
they can let us know.
Go do an inspection and.
Yep, we still have some time if they want to call the office, we will gladly go out and
Yep.
inspect it. And while we're there, we're inspecting the entire property and checking the accuracy of the property record card. And
Am I only seeing 4 here that haven't called back?
looks like it.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've made an effort to reach as many people
Right.
as we can. Most people aren't even aware of these discounts. That's the sad part, is some of them aren't even aware that they were receiving them. And we wouldn't have had any knowledge if we didn't
Investigate.
happen to investigate
Mhm.
it, so. So
Great.
that's on the functional, and then let me give you the economic, and this is the economic. Now, these do not include what was submitted to Vision, because most of those were commercial,
What was submitted to Vision?
Vision appraisal. So
No, I know, but
we submitted the list to them to go through. We took care of these.
Oh.
On the residential end, but the commercial adjustments for both functional and economic, we submitted to them because they handle that. I know in the past, they meaning Vision.
They'll make the changes.
Yeah, I asked him to look at those and advise us if any of those discounts, if he was gonna remove them so that we could notify the business owner. But, so again, economic is anything outside the house, the site, whether it's a gas station next door, or anything adverse, not to do with the house itself.
So it appears there are 6 here that got no response.
Yeah. And on this one, these discounts with taking them off and with inspections is $845,600 in assessed value, which is equivalent to $12,142 tax dollars.
Yep.
And in addition to this, I know I mentioned this in the last meeting that we had, I started some standards with what we're gonna do across the board, whether they're in railroad tracks, if they have access to the basement from the exterior, like different things that would be standard, because again, our goal in assessing is to be consistent. We have to be consistent, and that's what wasn't done, so now we're starting that.
And repeatable.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sounds like science.
So that's just
Thank you.
Yep.
41A warrant income limitation increase. I sent over a draft and I have a different one.
So I think I have the minor modifications and added an explanation revision too.
Do you have the one with the explanation?
Yes.
Okay. Did you print one?
I printed one. Did you see what, did you mention Jack?
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Okay.
I didn't.
You said Jack.
I
Don't do
couldn't
that.
put Jen's email.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Do it later. Was there anything on here that folks wanted to change, that thought, that looked like it needed to be changed, or would clarify the explanation? I'm happy to, there's no pride in authorship here.
Let me just check that.
This made sense to me. I was wondering if we needed to send it to the lawyer to review.
It will have to go through the attorney anyway. Yeah. And he may indeed make some changes or not.
No, this made.
But what I did was,
Okay.
I pulled last year's as it was written, as it was approved,
Uh-huh.
and then pulled out the stuff that was not applicable, and then added the stuff that I thought made sense to add in around the income. Because one of them had income and assets,
Yeah.
and I pulled that assets part out and then put just the income, and then I changed it a little bit so that it reflected for you.
Made sense to me, so I don't have any.
And I'm happy to add more clarification on the explanation if anybody thinks that we need it.
I don't think we do.
And by the way, we discovered that it was exactly 2 decades ago that we had $20,000.
Ta-da! Nice work.
So I was like, phew.
20 years ago.
Yeah. And the income level requirement hadn't changed that whole time. So it's any wonder that we had an application last year that was rejected because of the income levels. Because those income levels were obscenely small.
Obsolete.
Right.
We only have one right now that's active in the town. I checked with Mylene.
Oh, we already have one?
We have just one.
Really?
Yeah,
How old is it?
deferral. I don't know how old it is, but it's the only one that's
I
active.
mean,
It
I have
has
to
not in my time that I've been here, we haven't had any. So,
didn't the verbiage say they have to apply every year? So have we not seen the application every year?
I have not seen any applications for the 41A.
I'd just like to double check that. I think it is required to apply every year because people could have already died with no application. We wouldn't know that
Well, and they have to keep showing
if they qualify.
Yeah.
I'll have
So
to get
can
those.
can we find out? I had asked that question before and I thought the answer was
the, no.
Yeah, I
So
checked.
if there is actually indeed one, we need to do some investigation on that one.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that all documents are available,
Yeah.
T's are crossed, etc. If they're eligible for it, great. Great.
Yes.
But, so, I'm going to submit this as is to the town manager for the warrant. Or you have it. You can submit it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it need to go to the lawyer and then to the town manager, or?
We'll go to the town manager and let her figure out
Okay.
I forwarded this to her, so I can just,
the final one with the explanation.
I forwarded that, but I didn't say it was final because I knew we were gonna discuss it.
I meant
Okay.
the last one. It was
Yeah,
Rev-
but I can just
Rev 2 or-
forward that and say that
I don't know, I have on my Rev 2.
the board approved it.
I don't know, but here's her too.
I know, I had Rev 2 on here, but it's not on here. Okay. It's okay.
I don't know.
Yes, you can send this over to Jen. It actually probably has some red text, because I put text in red to show where the differences were. So
Okay.
I'll send it over to you with that stuff cleaned up.
Okay.
And you can submit it to her for whatever review they want to go through.
The deadline is tomorrow, so,
I know. So you can do it tomorrow.
good job.
We get
You
that.
get it done.
If you want to mention the other 41A, or, 41A situation, you can, Matt, because we're talking about 41A.
So I was informed this morning, Jen and I were discussing the warrant, and so Jack, about 2 weeks ago, submitted a warrant to have the 41A adopted and also to decrease the interest rate
From the Council on Aging.
from the COA. I didn't know he did that, so we were just talking about warrants and Jen brought that up, and I said, oh.
So after looking at what was submitted, we don't have to accept 41A because it is a state
Mhm.
mandate, that is not local option. We've already made adjustments to 41A 20 years ago, so the implication is, if we needed to accept it, we must have accepted it because
We're
we're
already,
now modifying it.
yeah,
So we don't need to do that. The modification was to drop the interest rate to 4%, which is what the article that was submitted by the Council on Aging said, which doesn't make any sense, because we don't, it's duplicative,
it is already,
Yeah,
and
it's done.
it's not necessary. So that was my feedback to the town manager. She can do what she wants with the piece of paper they got from the Council on Aging.
so, okay.
I don't know why the Council on Aging would want to do that. We already have all of those things in place, or both of those things in place. So,
I haven't watched the Council on Aging meetings, so
and
I don't know how it came about, and
I don't either.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure it was well intentioned.
that'd be my guess. Misunderstanding of something and a well-intentioned, let's make some changes. So, anyway, so that one's a,
Thank you for submitting that information to the town manager, so the town manager can make a decision.
that's how we had a conversation today. I was in the parking lot at the grocery store. And the only one set of motorcycles went by, I couldn't hear a thing. Now, can you repeat that? Master plan response.
I tried to get to this tonight.
Well, honestly,
I'm gonna just-
I've been remiss, because I said I was going to take a look at it,
I did forget about that.
and it slipped my mind, and really didn't have time for it, because I was trying to do minutes and stuff. Linda has done a little bit of work on it, so I've asked her to send it back to me, because it's ultimately my responsibility, because I said I would do it, and I will try to get something done for our next meeting at least, and maybe sooner, because they were good for a response soon.
That was the end of October, but.
Yeah, I think it is, but,
I'm sure we can get it done.
so,
I
thank
mean,
you, Linda,
even
for
if we
keeping it in
have
front
to-
of us.
Even if we have to draft it in the meeting next week, our next meeting, we can do it. It can get done.
It will be done, yes. So, cool, thank you.
Thank you.
That was it for me.
I was hoping to get to it tonight and this other stuff going on, I didn't.
You know, pretty much every time something happens in the town hall, everybody's hair's on fire, we gotta do something right now.
Yeah,
So you keep getting those interruptions, and I'm not saying they weren't important interruptions,
Right.
I'm just saying that, you know, everything's critical.
yeah.
Something. We are still looking for another member for the Board of Assessors.
We are.
It's become increasingly difficult to manage getting a quorum or scheduling meetings with only 2 members. We have lots of other openings in town hall, so I understand why things are critical.
Yeah.
So,
I'm working on it when residents come in. Would you like to be a board member? Look at how fun this is. I haven't had any people that have wanted.
no takers?
No takers yet.
Watch our meetings for a couple of weeks and then, okay, never mind. Because they're excited, oh, she's asleep. No, just kidding, she's not. When did you want to cover this? Or have we?
I submitted that to Jen. That's the rollback taxes for,
For the
That one
property
that
that's
they
coming?
refused,
yes,
that they're gonna,
with the interest. And then on the second page, they need to release that lien because it's not going to be in chapter lien anymore. So it's actually going to, I believe there's going to be 6 lots that are going to come from that chapter lien.
oh,
So,
Which will have 2.3 children per Okay, and we'll pay, $6,000 here in taxes. Okay. No, they'll be over 10.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Okay, so then I'll cover that, that was
I
just.
just gave that to
the-
him, I did submit that to Jen, so,
Fine,
so she has that.
yes. Looks good to me.
Yeah, with great program that actually calculates the interest.
Was a
It's fine, it's
little
just.
less than $5,000 in rollback taxes and interest, which is a small price to pay for having had reduced taxes for a lot of time.
I am going to try to do a spreadsheet of all the chapter land, kind of similar to the exemption, because there's so much that's involved and each
Yeah.
one is different requirements.
This is 61A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it just makes it easier, and then when people come in, of course, we do send, when we send out the application, we do send the form, I believe it's called a disclosure, which actually tells them what they have to provide to us. But it would be helpful to just have it on one page.
Yep.
And then when someone comes in, like with the exemptions now.
Oh, here.
I hand them that, it just makes it easy, and even for us too, just to put it on paper.
And do we have everything? Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a great
So,
idea.
I do wanna do that, so, that's one thing that we're trying to get all that together.
Making the office more efficient.
Yes.
So she's cleaning up and making the office more efficient.
That's one thing Jen did point out is, like, when you step away from the office, think about everything that we've done. We have stuff filed now, we now have applications, and we have liens for our chapter land properties. All the exemptions, we requiring the proper paperwork. So, it needs to be done. It needs to be a big
Those,
yes.
several pages of accomplishments
Yeah.
that are being added to every day, every month.
What I would like to do, we're in our vision already completed, the fiscal 2026 cyclicals. So we have one more year. Denise has kind of had requested,
We have one more year with the contract with
Yes.
them, okay.
but that's only 500. We really need to start with the condos, we need to start inspecting those. And then we also have some other things that we will be following up on after the tax bills go out, more inspections, so I would love it if she could do more hours, I think it's needed in the office. So,
You probably don't want to talk about that for November's
No.
town meeting.
just.
But I think we should be looking ahead to May and thinking about making sure we have enough hours.
And I've been trying to get out and help her with, especially with these functional and economic, because it's just hard to have one person, on 19 hours,
Yeah.
you can only do so many inspections. But it's difficult because, then Rob was the only person in the office, and it's funny, because some days it's, you may have 1 or 2 people come in, but then the other day, I went out and did inspection, Robin was out of the office at lunch, and I had 3 people lined up, and put a note on the door, so it's just, you never know, so I could have been sitting there, and then no one would come, but the minute I leave, there's 3 people there.
Right.
So we don't close the office that often, but it would just be nice to have. I think, well, as Nate Kramer had indicated before, we don't really have enough staff at the office when you add in everything. And then if we're gonna, maybe our future plan is to try to do these cyclicals in-house. So,
So we wouldn't have that contract hanging overhead, we'd just
Yeah.
be spending more money on
yeah.
personnel.
So if I could put together a cost justification.
Does it ever make sense to say, our public open hours for dropping in are such and such a time? So you can say, these are the times we're available for dropping in, and, stagger them so it's not all at the same time. And say, these 2 days we're out doing field inspections or whatever. I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
because
I'm
I'm not in the workflow.
I'm
so.
sure that I want to be in support of that, because I think the office needs to be open whenever the town hall's open. We do have an admin who can take a message,
Mhm.
take your forms. I mean, she's quite capable.
Okay.
She's not out doing inspections.
So she's there, she could take a note for those days that,
So I
You
prefer
need
to
to
keep
dedicate
the office,
for it.
so when we started, one of my complaints was the office was hardly ever open, it was, you know, and as we know, we had an interim lead assessor who
Yeah.
was keeping everything together with Band-Aids and Scotch tape, so.
I was just wondering, because I mean, I don't get in during office hours typically. I maybe can make the late night ones. So if we have an assistant, an admin assistant who's there all the time, maybe we have to say on some of those days where the admin assistant is there, they're there alone, and then you follow up the next day in the office, but I don't know how much that load is, you know, the next day.
It varies, and like the other day, she's at lunch and I have an inspection, I put a note in the door. We don't do that often. That particular day, there was like 3 people waiting, so it's like, and most people, it's not like, I mean, people will want to schedule an appointment, but most people don't do that.
Yeah.
But,
I don't.
I mean, most people just
Drop
walk in.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem at all. I mean, that just happened the other day, so. But when I got in, it was when I was there by myself, I had 3 people that were waiting. And most of the time, it's the exemption questions, and then somebody came in with a motor vehicle. And then I got hung up at my inspection, so that's the problem, is I don't really know, like, you know, you can put 2 o'clock, but I forget what time it was.
Ish.
It's just, but again, that doesn't happen very often, and if Robin's on vacation and if we have a class, but.
I do want the public to be able to access, but I
Yeah.
also want us to be able to get our job done.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I will say, if somebody does have something complicated, that's gonna take a lot of time, if they would schedule an appointment, that would be helpful, because that could time you up for an hour, especially with some of these map issues.
Oh, yeah.
I got tied up one day for an hour, and, you know, I try to schedule inspections too, so if something's really complicated, if they could call and schedule a time, at least that would be easier than just dropping in and, you know, I have to drop what I'm doing, but.
well, I had to get a real ID and I had to wait in line.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's just only so many things that one person can do at a time. Right, novel concept. Sorry. I mean, if
You
people.
probably wouldn't have to wait in line today.
But I mean, I'm just saying, if people want on-demand, they have to pay more taxes to provide that on-demand service.
My point was, you would be able to get it today.
No,
No.
Building's closed. What do you do?
yeah.
And we do cater to people when they come in, we do, we don't make people wait for things,
Okay. Any more on that? You have GIS mapping software future upgrade, you want to talk about that now?
Yeah.
The other thing I do want, that's not on the agenda, we probably ought to talk about the means testing.
Yes, I was gonna mention that, we have 8 applications, that we are
We'll be
actually.
We're talking individually about them tonight, we're talking about the process and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
So, you want to do the GIS mapping first?
let's do that, yeah. So yesterday, we had Ryan Fogarty, who is actually from Data Scout, but they work directly with Vision, and they came out and he did a demo. Made some copies of some of the information that you provided. We, as you know, we don't really have a lot of technology in our office. We really, very old school. Probably similar to some of the other assessors that have this, we really do need it. It will be beneficial. One thing that I did find out yesterday with this company is they will as we make updates to the camera system, which is Vision, it will automatically update the mapping at the same time, which is great, because if I go in and I change something like the lot size, it'll reflect.
Yeah, they're getting the feed.
So there's a link,
Yeah,
I'm guessing, rather than a once in a while feed.
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
it's already built in.
you probably remember the issue we had when I first started, where we had the CAI card, we had the Vision card,
Mm-hmm.
They didn't match.
and they didn't match.
I remember.
Right now, the Vision link, which is a PDF of the card, is posted or updated once a year in January. And then on the CAI side, or the GIS side, it'll have an updated value, because that updates once a week. So it will take whatever we have in Vision, and that will update on the GIS map. So we still have an issue with the numbers being accurate. This
So if you were to look at your card or you look at the map, you're gonna get different numbers potentially.
Yeah, which causes confusion for the public, and I have to tell
Causes
them.
confusion for me.
It does. So I have to tell them that our Vision card updates once a year. So this would be a great solution, because the map and the camera are updated instantaneously. We could probably eliminate the PDF of the Vision card and tailor-made their, I'll call it their mapping card, because it takes all the data from Vision and we can customize it. So we could have that property record card match the map and have it
So we'd have
updated.
to change our website, how to read your property record card as opposed to how to read your Vision card.
Yes,
Oh, no.
but well, yeah.
So I'm looking at this, and it looks like it's great for that communication online between Vision and the GIS, which is a solution that is definitely needed. One of the things I'm wondering about is the field capabilities. Like, can you get this out in the field and do your inputs?
We could,
On a,
yeah,
On a device.
on a
Device.
tablet.
Yeah, so it is updated. And can you also use this to highlight and notify where you're gonna go? So like that situation we had where we had a contractor and you had to hand them off the cards, and then you had to call everybody. One of the things I like about online is you could quickly get the map. You could say, okay, I'm gonna go on this street, here are all the people, here are the phone numbers, here's who we can call, or here's who we can email right away.
I don't know if it has that. No,
Yeah.
I don't know if it has that capability, and we don't have people's phone numbers, so.
Well, at least you could have the streets, so you're not having to individually, I don't know, and it just like pulling the cards and then sending it and then sending a letter. Is there a way we can
seems a
eventually
little bulky.
get that information so that it's more efficient for you, more efficient for residents, and so that notification is easy, just down the road.
Yeah.
And that, like, I think this has got, you can edit the parcels, that's so sweet. I'm hoping that, you know, it also has the ability to import that parcel when you get it from, planning, hopefully.
Oh,
Or when you get it from a database.
Yeah, that was one of the other items, and actually they did send us a cost. Now, I called CAI to find out about our contract, because I don't know, I don't sign everything every year, so I'm not sure how that works, whether there's an end date to that or how it's set up, so I'm waiting for them to call back. But there's $6,400, and this is 11,340, which is a $4,000, I have it written down, $4,940 difference. But
To add this.
to add this,
we would not need CAI at that point.
No,
So we're adding 11,000, but we're taking away 6,400.
yeah,
So
so
it'd be
it's
a
a,
$5,000 difference
yeah,
annually. This would give us the two things, both one map and the Data Scout web.
as far as the updates, I did tell them that the map updates average like 15 to 20 parcels a year. My biggest challenge, and I've got 4 of them right now on my desk, I haven't submitted the map updates just because these are a little complex, and there is an option to draw them in, but honestly, you have to go with degrees. I honestly feel that, I think the professionals that do that, I'm not an engineer, they can actually take any problem deeds we have, any problem plans, and we can submit to them, and they can do that for us.
Here?
Yeah, which would be a great asset to us because we have some that we haven't been able to figure out. And,
Right.
and
Is that a conversation you had with them?
yeah,
Okay.
I brought that. And he just said that, you could, maybe on easy parcels, if we do like a split, but stuff where we have to draw in degrees, I mean, that's not our profession, I mean, I think that.
These are mapping professionals, is what
Yeah.
you're telling me.
We're not mapping professionals, I mean, we know how to read deeds and plans and,
I'm wondering if you can go back and ask them if they have anything that can help you with field collection of data.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because that is the other part, I think, that is really missing right now.
yeah,
So I'm loving that it integrates already with vision. That's like a huge bonus. And then what part of this can I use to collect in the field? And you can say you have somebody who is very excited about the field mapping potential for your office so that it can upload almost instantly to a GIS. Can you show me an application from one map that does that that allows that for me? And maybe it's more money, I don't know, but if it will upload
yeah,
and you can see it, and like you can see where Denise has been, or Denise can see where you have been, and you're both out in the field, you could meet up, like that would be great, right? Because when we're talking that 500 inspections that you need to do, it would be great if you didn't have to type them in later.
yeah. No, that would be good. I know that, that we would have to purchase obviously the technology. That wouldn't be included, but I really liked the fact that, this was the other neat thing, was we can run reports with site indexes, sales, sale date. So we could run a report, have vision open, have the map, and all of a sudden have it populate, the map populate with all the sales. So you're looking at all the site indexes, all the sales would plot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sewer,
So that this does the same thing as like the other GIS would do too. It would do that for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
The sewer, we got a request for sewer information, as long as it was in the GIS.
On the layers.
If it's a layer, they can add different layers. They have a great relationship with Mass GIS. So we spent about an hour and a half, and he went through some stuff. He's willing to come in again.
Who was involved in the meeting?
It was Robin and myself. And
Oh, okay, so there was nobody for planning, nobody
no,
from any
we
of
just
the...
wanted to see what it would do for us, but I'm sure other departments, if they
Yep.
wanted to, and I don't know how that would work with the cost, because I don't think there's a separate charge for, I don't think you don't pay by the user. At least that was
You do or don't pay
I
money?
don't think you pay by the user or
Really?
the account. So,
But there may be other modules that other
yeah,
functions within town could use, and they probably cost.
So it's all kind of using the same platform.
Yes, it is.
yeah.
This is just a customization of the same platform.
And the thing I like about it is the support. So if we have any issues with vision, I call the support line, I get a person instantaneously.
Right.
My issue's resolved. Not like Munis. Munis, you gotta put a ticket, you get a
Yeah.
response back. These people
That won't fix this. That
So
won't fix
No.
munis.
my just out loud opinion here is that this would, we don't really have a GIS specialist in town. So this would provide that access to a GIS specialist within, that works already with vision. And so then that load is taken off, because it is a different kind of knowledge. So like, that would be great if this company is gonna be able to do that, and you can get them to talk to you about field apps.
If you had a field app, this is
Because,
starting
like,
off pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I do get concerned about like bringing GIS into the town because we just don't have, we don't have people,
Yeah.
That's true.
you know, and that does require people to be on top of things, so.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can provide something for the field, because that's really the other part of assessing that is.
Yeah, it's key. Well, the other thing too is, as far as like with the near map, there was a whole issue with the near map because there were so many different accounts and we weren't really using it, but there's other, I think they call it Eagle View.
So there are other towns that are using GIS, like in my other life, I've worked with some towns that, they have a GIS account and they use one and they just distribute that. They basically have two. They have one that the engineer owns and does most of the work, and they have one that they send out to other people so they can add data, and they can't do anything other than add data, so they can't script the files.
Right.
And then they just share that with everybody. So I imagine this probably has something like that, where you can control what each user is able to do.
Yeah, you can. They
Yeah.
did mention that.
So you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about that kind of disaster. But the reason why our town has all of those little doodads is because there's no overall or organizational structure where somebody's actually thinking about how to integrate that. And I think, I mean, my opinion is the thought of hiring a land use manager back in the day was to try to coordinate some of that, but you know.
Right.
We chronically in this town have people we hire and then we ask them to do too many different roles.
Yes.
Well, there's my editorial.
So the key point here is really this easily edit parcels.
Yeah.
Can that be done from a tablet in the field?
Yeah.
Yes.
If the answer to that is yes, we probably ought to push forward and see what we can get done. If the answer to that is no,
It's
I'm not
cloud-based.
sure as it's as valuable as it could be.
Yeah.
It is cloud-based. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking at.
So,
Well, and you know, I'm sure if we brought CAI in and they could show us some of the stuff that we aren't doing today, but they could do, you know, maybe some of this stuff as well.
they could do that, yeah. I mean, I know the platform that could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could still use them, keep CAI, they had indicated
Well,
this. It doesn't make
sounds
sense,
almost
though.
redundant.
It gets
It does,
redundant,
yeah.
yeah. And I don't know that CAI can't work with vision. I just don't know that
It does.
if we've asked them.
Well, we have asked about the updates. I think I mentioned before about this record card, is I would have to somehow do the PDFs.
It's
And then
it's a feed.
it,
It's not automatic connection
see.
on a link,
yeah.
as far as I can tell.
But if you had an account and they let you use that account, you could do that in the GIS
Yes.
with the fields. But that's another level of training.
I think it would be an extra cost too, because if we wanted the vision card to update instantaneously, we'd
They
have
would
to
charge
pay.
for the feed.
They
yeah.
would, so,
So it's their business model, it doesn't mean they can't do it.
right.
And I mean, this one is $11,000?
11.4, I think it was.
And you said without the software. So what does the software cost?
No, that includes, this includes training, this includes the internal map, the conversion to this, and,
Oh, so you were saying the additional cost is,
to the town would be $4,940. Because CAI is charging us $6,400, this is $11,340, so for 49, roughly 5,000, about 5,000, we're just getting.
Right.
It's a great feature. And the other thing is, we're gonna, hopefully, if we can customize the property record card as it's pulling from the vision, we can do away with that PDF, we're not gonna have two different values. When somebody goes to look at their map and they click on the card, it's gonna be updated from yesterday. So if we made a change, right now, when we make a change, we have to send them the record card.
Right.
Or we tell them it'll be updated in January,
well, and that's just,
it's just not.
they could actually update that, but they're not.
Well, we have to pay.
Because it's a pay.
We have to pay extra
Yeah.
for that.
So you would get that in another company's way of implementing the same GIS that
Yes.
CAI is using. So, I mean, this is one option of implementing a GIS. CIA has another, and there's probably some potential other companies that might give you what CAI could do, what OneMap could do, and then could potentially add that field map stuff that I'm not sure OneMap is doing with Data Scout. But we can ask if they're gonna do field apps.
Yeah.
So it's really about how they're customizing that GIS application that everybody's using.
Right.
And packaging it in a way that's accessible. CAI isn't making it that easy to update.
No.
No. It's
Because
not.
that's their fee.
Yeah.
That's how they make their money, right? So I think, let's see if they can do this field stuff, and then we're closer to an answer.
Yeah.
Right.
They are willing to come in and do another demonstration, so if there's a day or a time that works,
You said day.
or
What
a
night?
night, I'm sure, I mean,
Well,
I
I'm
can request if you wanna see a demo, cause he,
Let's get the answer to that question first before we
Yeah,
decide.
I'm not willing to do a demo until I hear what,
yeah,
yeah.
Good.
yeah, no, I thought it was great. Just the fact that we could run reports and have it appear on the map, I mean, that's great. It's gonna help us with analysis.
Mhm.
I mean, just a time savings alone, right now, we don't have that capability to do
Right.
that right now.
Cool.
So,
Let us know what the answer is.
I will.
The thing we need, other thing we need to talk about was the means tested exemption, I'll call it that. I remember the phrasing never works for me. So we've taken at least 8 applications, people that we think will be qualified. That's well less than the 1% of the tax levy. If we were to max out at the circuit breaker. One of the questions that's been raised is how do we implement it? My understanding, based upon the conversations we had with 2 of the proponents, was that we would determine how much the taxes would have been for these people, reduce their taxes by that amount, and then spread the rest of the tax burden across all the rest of the town.
Yeah. That's my
There's
understanding.
no methodology to do that in Munis today,
Of course not.
as far as I can tell. So there was some talk about, well, maybe we need to use the overlay. I said, no, we
No.
didn't plan the overlay
No.
for that. Although there is money in the overlay. overall overlay account. And if you think about it, the amount was $2,730.
Mhm.
There's only 8 applicants.
Yeah.
It's $23,000. That could potentially be absorbed by the overlay, but it's
But
not,
that's not,
the intention was
that's
not
not
to
what
do
the
the
overlay
overlay.
is for.
So, the town manager has contacted 2 of the proponents, the former select board members, to find out what they thought the methodology was and how they would go about paying for this. We can approve them, but we don't know how to pay for them.
Well, it is supposed to be distributed across.
That was our understanding.
Yeah,
She can't,
because Munis can't do it, doesn't,
she can't find it
Yeah.
in the verbiage of the
Yeah,
article.
I have what was legislation right here.
Right. Do you have copies for each of us or just one?
No, that's my original. But the issue
So,
for us.
there's nothing in here that says how it's implemented.
And if we enter these in as exemptions, we have to put it in through Munis. And now, once we put it into Munis as an exemption, it's gonna take it from our overlay, the way that, because the overlay is just for exemptions and LCA payments.
No exemption shall be granted under this act until the Department of Revenue certifies a tax rate or rates for the applicable tax year where the total exemption amount is raised by a burden shift within the tax levied on all taxpayers.
yeah,
So our understanding was proper,
yeah.
based upon the way this is written. There's nothing in here that says how it gets implemented, as far as I can tell. And maybe you can find it, but
Well, I couldn't, I tried to contact.
Unintended consequences, meaning like,
on,
Well, I was thinking about this as they came in because I know how the exemption is entered and I know that if we put it in like we typically do, it's gonna go overlay and it's not supposed to be used for overlay.
So the question was, how did other towns do this? And I don't know if you had an opportunity to get an answer.
I left Bill Nazer a message in Westford and, I mean, it's after the
Did
election.
you contact anybody in Concord?
No, I don't have any, I had his cell phone number, so I tried to call him tonight and,
Okay.
So this has been done by other communities.
mhm.
They did say the first year was a mess. And that may be the word they used. It might have been stronger. But we need to figure out how it's been done elsewhere.
Yeah,
Or, I just thought of this, so maybe, could we get a waiver to use the overlay at one time? And I don't know.
I don't know.
And who would provide that waiver? Somebody from the Department of Revenue?
Well, I think the issue too is, even when I was working on this on that committee, no one does this the same. There's like,
They're not done exactly the same, no.
no, the Massachusetts Assessors Association is trying to come up with some kind of a standard, but Concord does it differently. Even the whole application is different. I follow the form of Westford's because it's easy, but Concord did it different, all like different towns, so I'm sure the way that they're, the way it's
Well,
set
that's,
up is
that's kind
different.
of how they distributed it amongst the
Right.
towns. I mean, at least we can have a couple of their options and choose from those.
Yeah,
Call them A, call them B. Yeah. Whatever.
Which one is going to be easiest?
But
Because I don't think
we don't
can
have a
just-
lot of time to think about it either, because we have the classification
I
hearing coming
understand.
up, in a month, a little over a month. So we need to get some answers pretty quickly on what other people do.
Because I don't think we can, we definitely can't go to the overlay every year. For that.
Well, no, if we were to go to the overlay every year, we'd have to increase the overlay significantly
Right,
every year.
and they're already trying to get us to release from the overlay,
For this year?
aren't they?
I haven't heard that.
we already did that, we already did
No,
these.
for this year though.
Oh,
They were
okay.
released from last
Free
year.
cash, yeah. We were talking about free cash,
Okay,
earlier in the meeting.
Who was talking about free
Remember, we
cash?
were talking about, you got an email regarding free
Oh,
cash.
well, I said, we have to,
Salary.
we have to define free cash. Yeah, this is like, would like us to do it soon. But I don't know what soon means. If we wait till November, they're not gonna get to it.
Well, hopefully that's something that Izzy's looking at, because.
Before he leaves?
Before he leaves.
So, okay, there's not much more to be said about that, other than it's coming down to the implementation. We know how to do our part.
Yeah, but and then we're gonna look at them tonight, I mean, we can approve them based on, but we don't know how we're gonna process them, but we can approve it based
We
on,
may have to approve them based with contingent upon funding.
yeah.
okay. Alright, sounds right. For where we are.
Postponed topics, you want to mention something about
Yeah,
clause
I do.
18?
I know it's postponed, but I do have a resident that
May.
made a visit, may want to apply for this clause 18.
We don't have any criteria.
We don't
yet.
have any, the thing that, maybe we can look at this next year, is there is nothing for a 100% disabled person for an exemption. I know Westford just adopted an exemption for that, but
Was that
unless-
local, that was local option though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We only have the veterans, but we don't have anything for someone that is under the age, like this person is under the age of 65,
Fully disabled.
fully disabled, definitely has a hardship, and unfortunately with the exemptions we have, they wouldn't qualify for any of
If I
those.
recall correctly, 18 is a one-year thing. I don't think you can do it multiple years.
I did bring some documentation.
I'm pretty sure, that's off the
It
top of my
times
head.
out, yeah.
Yeah, so, but
So it might help for now, but we need to figure out,
going forward.
if we need to come forward in May with something that says, here's an unserviced
Population.
portion of the population.
So I just wanted to see if that's something that I would like to contact the resident and see if that's something that we could suggest, but
We don't have criteria yet.
we don't, that's the problem.
So, I don't know, you want to try to come up with some criteria. I'm not sure that I have time by our next meeting. I'm not sure you do either, but
Yeah,
I know you don't. Just being very clear here,
yeah,
we need another member.
well, we
Oh.
do.
Look that way, because this one's not
We do
working.
another one.
So just based on some of the, as far as in the laws, it's kind of at the discretion of the,
But you have to have
we
criteria.
do, we have to make
Yeah.
up criteria,
We have to have,
yeah.
it is at our discretion, but we have to come up with the criteria
Yeah,
for
we need to
that.
come up
Because
with
it
the
has to
amount.
be consistent and repeatable.
Right,
Thanks.
so,
Exactly right.
so that's the problem.
So we had looked at some other towns' criteria for that, but they were very low income, very low assets. Worse than the 41A we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
I talked with Rainer, and I think there's a cap on the 18 for 3 years.
It might be 3 years, I don't know, I don't know if it
Yeah.
was 1 or 3, but
So-
there was a cap on
It was
it.
pretty short.
So
But-
maybe this individual after the 18 could do a 41A deferral, possibly.
Yes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. What I suggested was maybe we want to come forward with a whole new exemption for fully disabled folks, or even partially disabled folks, that isn't driven by the state, that is all local option. We could do that. I think we could do that. So, but right now, we don't even have criteria for clause 18. So we need to do that to see if we can help this individual sooner rather than later. And then if we were able to put together a new exemption for one of the Springtown meetings, then that would help for future.
But that 18 should address more than just a couple of individual circumstances.
Correct.
It's gonna be something
right.
we need to be able to apply
Right.
broadly and consistently.
Right.
Unless we look at, Will Nazir had sent me what Westford just approved for a disabled person, criteria based on that, so.
Was it 18? Clause 18?
No.
What was it under?
So
Yeah.
you're thinking something that's more local rule?
Yeah, and something tailored towards the disabled people that don't, so that's the.
Love to
other
get a
option.
copy of that, please.
I have one, I'll forward it to you. I-
Electronically, right?
So
On a
that's
piece of paper.
something we could do as a local option that you're proposing maybe. But we still need to come up with criteria for 18.
We do.
Yeah, we do,
We do.
so,
So that has to stay on the list,
Yeah.
yeah.
so.
So maybe we'll look at that. I will forward you that. I just got that tonight and I hadn't had a chance to look at it, but he's always so good about sending attachments and information. Because I questioned that.
I'm happy to build on other people's work.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of nice to hear what other towns are doing and,
Well, that they recognize there's a need.
yeah.
and
There's
that
definitely
They
a
can do
need.
something to help.
Yeah.
What a thought. What's actually what we've been doing at every town meeting for the past year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 2.5 years. No, 2 years. It's been almost exactly 2. Wow. So yeah, cool. It's 2 because it was September or August, September.
Yeah.
2. Cool. So 2 things. If you have time to do some criteria on 18, that'd be great. But not as pressing. But if you can find something out about the local, I'll call it local rule exemption process for people with disability, then that would be fabulous. So send it over and we can discuss it at our next meeting, whenever that is.
It's currently scheduled for October 15th.
Yes, it is.
Is that gonna work?
I don't know. Is that gonna, it works for me.
I don't-
You don't know
I
yet?
don't know. I'll know more next week.
Might not work.
Okay.
Do we have any alternate dates after that, if we, that might or might not?
I mean, I can try to schedule it for the following Wednesday, or,
Or does it have to be Wednesday? We don't have, if not doing it on Wednesday makes us able to have a meeting, then I'll do it on some other day, not
Okay.
Tuesday.
I can check with Ellen once you have a date,
Well, yeah.
or a couple dates.
Well, we should probably go ahead and, already have a room reserved for the 15th,
We
right?
do,
So
yeah.
we're okay here. If that gets changed, we'll obviously cancel the room. And then we have future dates, I'm not sure when we can or when we can't, so we'll just leave them up there. One says, oh no, none of them are holidays, so we're okay. What day is Thanksgiving this year?
It's something like the 20,
It's the 27th.
is that
Oh,
what it
good.
is? Okay.
You looking at your calendar? You cheater. Good, because we have a meeting right now, tentatively scheduled for the 19th. I didn't want to do it on Thanksgiving.
You're not gonna have turkey
That
at our
would-
meetings?
that would not be fun. No, but all the prep work's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else we wanted to discuss?
I left that binder on there because I do have the binder and we do need to add some stuff to it. We've got the binder that was.
If you want to bring anything to us that needs to be added to there, we're happy to review it. And if we get it ahead of time, so we can actually review it,
Yeah.
preview it, pre-review it.
It's the kind of thing I read at 4 in the morning.
When you can't sleep?
I'm thinking it's gonna happen after we get through the
This tax
classification
season?
hearing. I've got other stuff that needs to get done.
Yeah, and then
But-
we'll go right into abatements, so I don't know what you think you're gonna do.
Yeah, in between,
In your spare time?
yeah. I will,
What's that like?
I would like to mention that outside of our office, we did put a copy of the data collection manual that Rena made up. And we've got forms out there, and we have flyers in our office of all the exemptions, and so we're providing more information. And then once we get all the information from Vision, we'll update that, our website. There'll be a draft link for you to look at once we're done with it, as Robin's working with Kara on that. So we're trying to get the website so it's more user-friendly.
Fantastic.
I haven't been able to look at the link, I guess is link, but for some reason I can't get into it. I don't know if it's, for some reason it's, so there's a link that you can go look at it. It's not posted.
You know what? Sometime, when you're having a conversation with Kara, it'd be really cool if the website, you go to a meeting, and it would take you to the recording of the meeting, as opposed to having to fish through 16 ways to Sunday to get there. And then, when I was looking for some of our old meetings, I had to scroll through about 16 pages or 18 pages to get back a couple of months.
Yeah.
It was really bulky. That is not the fault of the AV people, it's just the way the thing is set up right now. And I'm sure it's not high on Kara's list, but it's just something that I think for the future we should do. If we go to a page that says agenda, minutes, you ought to be able to go click and look at the video. So just throw it by her and see what she says when you rip her off the ceiling there afterwards. She
No, she's great though, I have to say, she's doing a great job.
She's fabulous.
Yeah.
Plus, she has too many things to get done.
Yeah, she has to. Who doesn't?
Yep.
Well, that's why I didn't get the master plan done. And like I said.
That was mine to do.
With the map updates, I had that on my list of things to do for the past month. And I said, okay, I'm gonna get it done this week. And maybe this is like a blessing because these people came in and maybe I don't do the map updates if we happen to make a change.
Yep.
I don't know, I have to wait to see, I have a contract.
Yep.
The date on that.
Okay, cool. Anything else anyone want to discuss before we get to closing comments? Nobody on Zoom?
No.
I
None
don't
for
know
you?
why I timed out, that's so odd.
I don't know
That's
if I
never
did
done that
that.
before.
No. I have nothing further, I think. So I'll entertain the motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Do you want me to read all that? Or excuse me, you want to read all that? You want me to read all that?
Go ahead.
I move that we adjourn the open meeting and enter executive session, not to return to open session after exiting the executive session. Motion to enter executive session under purpose 7 to comply with or act under the authority of any general or special law or federal grant in aid requirements. Applications for executive session, applications for abatement or exemption on this chapter shall, except in proceedings before the county commissioners, the appellate tax board, or the court of the Commonwealth, be open only to the inspection of the assessors, the commissioner, deputies, clerks, and assistants of either the assessors or the commissioner, and such other officials or designated private auditors of the Commonwealth, citing Chapter 59, Section 60 of Mass General Law. That's the motion.
Second.
All in favor? favor? Aye. Thank you very much. We're gonna let you go home early. Oh, early for us.